A warm welcome to Diski Talk with Luyolo. If you're tuning in for the very first time, I do ask that you please subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you've been a part of this journey, I hope you thoroughly enjoy this episode. So, on today's episode, I discuss all things Dstv Premiership action as I have a look at Royal AM versus Kaizer Chiefs. So, it is then a pre-match analysis of that encounter. The last time out when these two teams did play, Royal AM did go to the FNB Stadium and they won 4-1. So coming up into this encounter then, Kaizer Chiefs will be looking then to pick up the 3 points and have a bit of a revenge mission. So when we have a look at this encounter then, coming up into this one, Royal AM did draw their game against Golden Arrows the last time out. Kaizer Chiefs won against Sekhukhune United 2-0 the last time out. So when we have a look at Royal AM, they'll be represented by the red side, and then Kaizer Chiefs will be represented by the blue side. So when we have a look at it then, Royal AM do like to line up in a 3-4-3, which then is a hybrid, because without the ball then it does go to somewhat of a 5-3-2 or 5-2-3, where they look to be very compact and very disciplined. But in goals, they would normally start with Nyame. This is then a very experienced campaigner and a good shot stopper as well. When we have a look at the back three, so because then the fixtures are very compact and jam-packed, a lot of changes have been made and there's been a lot of rotation during these past couple of weeks because it is the December schedule. But when we have a look at it then, I think as the left-sided centre-back, Lingwati will start, and then what's interesting is Palani has been playing as the centre-back in between the two, but this is then quite a hybrid position because then Palani is a midfielder by trade, so he can always step up into midfield and make it a midfield 3, and he starts in that deep pocket of space with it between the two centre-backs, and then as the right-sided centre-back, you'll most likely have Umanganye, you know, and then moving on right along within the heart of midfield, we will have Mashikinya and Mahlasela as well. So when you have a look at it then, this is a back three that is very comfortable on the ball. They're always looking then to work that ball into the heart of midfield. This is a side then that play on the front foot. They are fearless and they always look then to play the ball from build-up phase into consolidation phase. They're always looking then for Ukiv and Mashikinya and Mahlasela. Mashikinya then who then does occupy the deep laying playmaker role. Mahlasela then is a lot more advanced as a creative midfielder for this Royal AM side. A player then who's very good at taking the ball in between the lines and popping up into those two half spaces and those tight pockets of spaces. At times, he can also go on a bit of a mazy run where he can look to take them on himself. Very creative player. And then when we have a look at it at left wing back, I do think that Utsidiso Monamori will make a return. A player then very comfortable within vertical zone 1. He gives them that width. He can deliver a quality ball. And a player then who's very intelligent, normally then is a very reliable player for John Maduka. And then as the right wing back, you will have Mkhize. This is a player then who I've been impressed by this season. He's had very good performances, a very consistent player, lots of energy. He bombs up and down, and from a qualitative perspective, he can deliver those balls into the box. When we have a look at it then, we have a look at the front three. So there's so many options that they do have and that they have enjoyed. But I think then, coming up into this encounter, they'd like to put their best foot forward and have Mabena, Letsoalo, and then also have Botsane. I think this front three is a lot better, but you also have Masuku as well, you know. So John Maduka does have options up front, but I think then Mabena will take the central role. You will have Letsoalo, and then you will have Botsane. And when you have a look at this front three, it is quite the complete front three from a qualitative perspective, because in Letsoalo, you've got the goals, and then in Mabena, you've got the guile, you've got the graft, the hold-up play, and he's also got an eye for goal as he can score those goals. And then in Botsane, you've got the speed and the skill as well. Also a very creative player for this Royal AM side. And when you have a look at it then, they will be looking to trouble this Kaizer Chiefs side. And off the bench, You do have then a Serra who can come off the bench and make an impact. You do have Sedwin George. You do have a Mashiane if fully fit. You do have a Masuku as well. So from a qualitative perspective, this is a Royal AM side that tick numerous boxes, and they're a very confident side who normally take the game to the opponents. But one thing then to mention about this Royal AM side from a disadvantaged perspective, and sometimes what I think they struggle at is defensively. At times they're not always solid and they can get caught out. Otherwise, John Maduka has been doing very well with this Royal AM side. They do look to play on the front foot, and they are very, very offensive. They will create chances, and they will be looking to take those chances on the day. And then when we have a look then at Kaizer Chiefs, so very interesting then with Kaizer Chiefs, because this is a side then we do know that quite a lot of players were not available the last time out against Sekhukhune United. So a lot can change. So I will go with the lineup they went with the last time out. But just to note at home, changes could be made. We could see Biliat coming back. We could see Dolly coming back. We could see those very important and key players coming back into this lineup for Kaizer Chiefs. However, then, the last time out, they did start with a 3-4-3 system. They started with Daniel Bay in goals, a back three of Ungezane, Kadoso, and then Tabani Dube as the left-sided centre-back. When you have a look at this back three then, the last time out, they weren't really tested, but whenever they were tested, they were very solid, and they were able then to deal with those crosses. And whenever then Sekhukhune tried to penetrate them, they were able then to institute defensive action very well. And then when you have a look at the right wing back, the last time out, they did start with Frosla. I think Frosla had a very good game as he put in quite a couple of very good balls within the box. Especially when you look at that ball that he put in first half against the Sekhukhune for Kadoso at back post and just couldn't finish. And I think this system then suits Frosla very well, because what it does then is that it gives him the freedom and the space then to attack vertical zone 5, and he's then able to offer that width. He's then able to play on the front foot and look to go forward and deliver those balls, you know. And from a qualitative perspective, one of the best crosses of the ball within the country, as he will be looking to offer that width and deliver those balls then for this Kaizer Chiefs side. Within the heart of midfield, the last time out, they started with Bernard Parker and Blom, and we did see Blom go off towards the end of the game, so it's going to be very interesting to see then if he will be fit. If he is fit, then he does probably start with Bernard Parker within the heart of midfield. As from a qualitative perspective, I think they had a very good performance against Sekhukhune. They were able to control the game. They rotated the ball very well, and they were then able then to ensure that Kaizer Chiefs would manage the game very well, you know, and very impressed with their performance, as Blom even then got the assist for Nkosingphile Ncgobo's beautiful goal. But a special mention then is Patucheza Nange. This is a player who came off the bench and scored a goal, so wouldn't be surprised to see him make a return into this lineup. And if he does, we could see a formational change as well. And then when we have a look at it, as the left wing back, they did start with Untiantia the last time, but he also went off, and I think it was because of fatigue. If he's not available, I think Mabiliso starts, who then will offer the width on the left-hand side in vertical zone 1 for this Kaizer Chiefs side. And then when you have a look at the front three, they started with Kadoso, who I think had a good performance. His hold-up play was very good for Kaizer Chiefs. He was able then to bring those creative players very well into the game. And then you had Nkosingphile Ngcobo, a player then who played very well for this Kaizer Chiefs side. He was able then to nurture the ball in those tight pockets of spaces. He was able then to pop up into vertical zone 4 within the right-sided half space, where then he was able then to influence the game for this Kaizer Chiefs side. We did also see him then score a beautiful goal then from vertical zone 3, where he gets that ball, he takes the touch, he sets himself up, and he finished very well. And such a creative player then is always needed, especially then in those tight pockets of spaces where he will be looking then to make an impact for this Kaizer Chiefs side. He can also then pop up into zone 14. He does also pop up into the box. We did see then against Sekhukhune that when Sekhukhune pressed very well, Ngcobo found himself in the box. Sekhukhune laid it off to Ngcobo, and what Ngcobo did very well within the box then is the extra pass. So within the box then, whenever a player does get the ball within the box, you know, a lot of players would usually panic and they try to hit the ball first time, you know, and they try to shoot because they're unmarked. However, what Ngcobo does there very well just shows his guile, his craft, and how intelligent he is and the footballing brains that he possesses. So his extra pass was what then sealed the game for Kaizer Chiefs. And you may ask yourself, what is an extra pass? So an extra pass then within football is a pass then which then is able to increase your chances exponentially of scoring a goal. So when Ngcobo gets that ball within the box and he does have a man on him, it is closed. His chances of taking a shot and actually scoring a goal were quite low, but he holds it up very well. He waits for the deep run from Patuchedza. He then lays it off, and then the chances increased exponentially. Then it was obvious. Patuchedza had to finish off. So he's also then a player then who's got that extra pass within tight pockets of spaces and within the danger zone. Such a quality player for this Kaizer Chiefs side. I would like to think that he does continue and he will possibly start. You will have Nkosingphile Ncgobo there. And then the last time out, they started with Mashiane, but I wasn't impressed with his performance. So I do think that Sekhukhune will start, and Sekhukhune will be that player then who is looking then to give them that final third penetration and that creativity within the final third. He did make an impact, and he was then able then to ensure that he presses very well. He set Ngcobo up. Ngcobo then protects the ball very well within the box, and then he lays it off for Patuchedza. So when we have a look at this encounter then, if this is the personnel which will take to the field, I think the key player then for this Royal AM side will be Letsoalo, as he does look then to extend his goal tally, as he does sit on 8 Dstv Premiership goals. So he is second to Peter Shalulile. And then for Kaizer Chiefs, the key player will be Nkosingphile Ncgobo. However, how I think this game plays out, I think this is going to be a very, very interesting game, and I think that Royal AM will have the lion's share of possession. They will be looking to attack Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs will be then looking to sit compact. However, when Chiefs do get the chance to play, they will, you know, especially considering their performance in the last game. They appreciated the ball a lot better the last time out. They were able to progress the ball a lot better. They had that verticality. They had the creativity within the two half spaces, within vertical zone 3 within the center in Nkosingphile Ncgobo. So whenever they do get a chance to play, they will, you know, and very interesting encounter then coming up into this one. However, I do foresee this one playing out to a draw. I think this game plays out to a 1-1 draw. So, ladies and gentlemen, do let me know, what do you make of this mouth-watering DSTV encounter? Especially the reason why it is mouth-watering is because the last time out, Royal AM did win 4-1, and Kaizer Chiefs have been doing well as of late, and Royal AM will be looking to bounce back to winning ways. Do let me know who wins this one. Do you think Royal AM will walk away with the 3 points, or Kaizer Chiefs will walk away with the 3 points, or they will share the spoils a point apiece? Thank you very much for tuning in to yet another special episode of Diski Talk with Luyolo. It is DSTV Premiership action. Babize Bonke signing out.